My name's Roger Boaty. Mr. George Roger Boaty.
Hello, darlings, and this was a bit unexpected, so I don't expect there'll be many popping along, but oh, excuse me. Well, I just thought I'd pop in and say hello, let you know that you're not in the right place at all. Oh, come on, you could make the effort when I'm poorly to at least try and be in the right place. Let's get you a bit more central. How's that looking? Yeah, I can live with that, I think. Yeah, that's about it. So, yes, I just thought I'd nip in and say hello for a couple of minutes because, God, well, it's been forever, hasn't it? And obviously, I have not, cheers, darlings, I've not had the best week. I must be getting old or something. My God, a little bit of a cold and I'm knocked on my ass. Although I think it's a flu type thing. There's something fairly horrible going around. It seems a few of you guys have had it or have got it or can't get rid of it. Ugh. I mean, I went without booze for 3 days. Now, that's serious. I thought I'd have to be dead for that to happen. And talk about bloody sleep deprived. Anyway. Evening Matt, the lovely underscore, who is, of course, also Europe's leading Mick Fleetwood tribute act. Hello, Boaty. Hope you're feeling better. I'm feeling a bit better, but God Almighty, I still feel like I've been 6 rounds with Mike Tyson. Although he probably shouldn't still use him. I mean, he's an old guy now, isn't he? Still looks bloody fearsome, though. I mean, you wouldn't want to upset him, would you? He might be 55 or whatever he is, but I'm feeling a bit better. I'm functioning now, which I wasn't at the start of the week, but I still feel a bit like crap. I've still got a pounding headache. I've got more cold symptoms now as well, sore throat. But I've still got nowhere near as bad as it was, but I've still got the shakiness and the achiness and the wooziness and the dizziness and something else that I was going to say. God Almighty, I've not been able to use words anymore this week. There was a word I was just going to use then and it's buggered off. I mean, I had it there within my grasp and it has sodded off and left me. But yeah, I'm just so tired and no appetite. I've not been eating. I've been cooking. I just haven't been eating it. God, I mean, and you know me, I don't waste food, but the food I've thrown away this week. Anyway, how are you, darlings? Oh my head. Bad books. Good evening to you, said Joe, the lovely Joe Cox. Hello, Boaty. Haven't I missed your wonderful lies for the past few days? Hope you're feeling much better, mate, and on the mend. Not much better, but better, and moving in the right direction, I'm sure. Well, says Matt, I was going to go out for late drinks with Liz Hurley, but fuck that, Boaty's back. She can wait. That's the spirit. The lovely Trisha Alderman, hi, Boaty. Good to see you. It's good to be seen. You have wine, so you must be on the mend, says Bad Books. Bloody hell, yeah. But I didn't have oh, dear me. I mean, being ill's one thing, being sober's another. Talk about a double whammy. Oh, the lovely Mr. B&B, the lovely Rob. Welcome back, Boaty. Hope you're feeling better. Still feeling like shit. Well, I've told you, I'm still feeling like shit, but I'll get there. And Rob, of course, as I'm sure you all know, has been adding to his fleet. He has bought in the past week, I think he's bought 5 cars, and from what I can gather, 4 of them are L Series diesel Streetwises. Streetwises? Streetwises? Street woos? What's a plural of streetwise? Streets? But yeah, he's got a rather funky looking little streety now, hasn't he? Mind you, for once, I can't take the piss out of Rob and his car buying things, because I've bought 2 in the last 2 weeks, and I'm going to buy another one tomorrow. So there you go. There's a bit of breaking news. Well, I've kind of already bought it. It's just a question of picking it up. And if you're interested, it's the new one. I mean, you all know about my fanny, don't you? You've all had, yeah, I'm sure you've seen them. You've all had a good look around and a good chat about my fanny. And of course, my fanny has been somewhat neglected while I've been poorly, hasn't it? Yeah, hasn't had any attention at all. In fact, I hope it's okay. I haven't even looked at it myself. But yeah, the new one is, it's another 2003, but it's an MGTF, and it's the Cool Blue limited edition, and it's had every tweak known to man. It's been mapped. It's got oh God, what's it got? It's got a new hood with a glass window. I can't bloody remember now. It's got uprated this, sports that, something else the other. Oh, it's got uprated speakers all round, Bluetooth head unit, glass rear window, I said that, cuddly toy, fondue set. Why can't I remember everything that it's got? That's really annoying. But lots of go faster kit on it, basically. Hang on, I'll have a look. I've got it written down somewhere. Where was it? Bear with. Ah, here we are. It has got, right, it's a TF Cool Blue. It's got 11 spoke alloys. It's got uprated big brakes. Glass heated rear window. ECU's been mapped by K-Maps. Upgraded speakers to Pioneers with a Pioneer Bluetooth head unit. Stainless steel exhaust. And other bits and pieces. So that will be nice. Might be picking that up tomorrow. Might be after the weekend. Might be on Monday. Not absolutely certain yet, but hey ho, there we are. Welcome back, Boaty. Oh, I've read that one. Boaty, thought you died, says Tico. I thought I'm bloody dying as well. Monday was horrific. I mean, I was actually slipping in and out of consciousness. That's scary. And the weird thing is, they were having a go at me at work on Sunday night, as they often do, saying, you need a girlfriend or a wife. And I'm saying, why? And they're saying, because you are very old. One of these days you will become very ill and there will be nobody there to call an ambulance or to look after you or this. And I'm saying, yeah, heard it all before. And then on Monday I thought, Christ, they knew something. Somebody had told them, this is it. I'm going to be doing the full dying swan here and nobody's going to know. And it's Monday, the restaurant's closed. Nobody's going to be expecting me to turn up to work, so nobody's going to miss me. God almighty. Yeah, full on man flu. For someone who doesn't appreciate corpse swap, says Matt, You're doing a good job of trying to look like one. I know, I look bloody hell, yeah. Believe me, I'm fully aware that I'm not looking at my best. I must have lost a bloody stone or something, because I've not been eating. I've just got no appetite. They're trying to tempt me with stuff. And you know me, I mean, no matter what is going on, nuclear war, illness, whatever, you name it, there are certain constants in my life. No matter what's going on with the world or with me, you know that I'm going to be smoking, drinking, eating, and pottering. And I've none of the above this week. None of the above. And I've not even been sleeping, and God knows, you know, if sleep was an Olympic event, I'd be a champion. I slept, what day is it today? Thursday. I slept last night. I slept about 5 hours straight through. And that's first time this week I've just been getting 5 or 10 minutes at a time up to that. Tossing and turning all night, darlings, and not in a good way. Mickey Jeffries is amongst us. Evening all, hope you're feeling a little better, Mr. Boatmeister. That's very kind of you. A little, yes, thank you. Alan Jones is with us, says good evening, Boaty. Simone says, hello, boatster and all. I have a headache. Join the club, Simone. My head has been pounding since Monday morning. Matt says, pantomime villains go months without booze. Yeah, well, that's them, innit? I wasn't designed to go for months without booze. The lovely Joe says, sorry I pestered you with messages when you were resting, but I wanted to make sure you were okay. Now, on that note, massive thank you to everybody who's messaged me, pinged me, texted me, or anything, just checking up and making sure I haven't actually coughed it. And lovely people saying, you know, if there's anything you need, then, you know, do just shout. I've been all right. I've got this thing that's going round. For some reason, it seems to have hit me a little bit harder than it's hit most. It's been round my work as well. You know, some of them have been okay, some of them, and for whatever reason, it just really... it really hit me at the beginning of the week. I mean, I'm an old Welsh pit pony, strong as an ox. It won't last long. Yeah, and I've been working. Obviously, Monday we were shut. Tuesday I got my ass to work. It almost killed me. But yeah, I've been going to work, which kind of has taken up most of my energy, in fairness. So it's not like I've been ill. I've been a little bit poorly, but you've all been very kind, and I really do appreciate it. So don't you dare apologise for just checking that I'm okay, Joe. I really appreciate it. Mark says, I was worried you had blown yourself up with that chimney and gas barbecue combo. I'm gutted about that. I'm gutted. Yeah, I was really looking forward to Monday night. You know, the Outdoors Live. I've got it all planned and everything. I've got the wood sorted for the chimney. I'd sorted the light problem. Do you remember a while ago when I went to that bargain shop for the second time in my life? And I got that, do you remember? I showed you, got that light in there, that clip-on lighty thing. I showed you. Well, I thought I could use that. I could clip that to the underside of the parasol, couldn't I? Just run a power line out there on a Monday night, and I can plug the light in. We've got plenty of light, save arsing about with candles, outdoor candles, and I can plug the phone in, so that we've got power. And I was really looking forward to it, and I was really looking forward to Monday day as well, because obviously I'd have been going to the Yard of Dreams with my BFF, and Simon was coming as well. and it was Mustard's turn to buy lunch, and it was all going to be wonderful. And I just woke up and I had no idea what had hit me. I woke up, needed to go to the loo, and you know, you get when you still have, and you get that sensation that, fuck, something's wrong, and I'm shaking like a shitting dog, and I'm shivering, and you know, when all of your skin just hurts, it's really like, oh God, bloody horrible, absolutely horrible. So it's really fucked my week up, darlings. This week has kind of been a write-off, and I apologise that, I mean, in terms of the channel, it could have been worse, because I'd, Monday's video was already scheduled. I did that on Sunday morning, because thinking I'm not going to be about on Monday. And then on Tuesday, because a couple of people had asked about Boaty's noshes, because obviously I stopped doing them. I thought they might be hurting my algorithm because they don't get very good views. So I stopped doing them. It's made absolutely no difference to my impressions or my click-throughs. So I thought, well, I've got nothing else. I've got the pictures for that. I might as well, in a moment of lucidity in between. Is it me? Am I having I'm all dizzy and discombobulated. I'm getting the impression that my head is kind of floating about. Oh, is the internet on a go slow? Is that what's happening? Probably. So yeah, so I got that out on Tuesday, but yeah, no lives, no videos Wednesday, and well, no video. Oh, well, you had one. I haven't done badly, really. I've only missed one day. There's only been one day where nothing appeared on the channel. God, that's bloody dedication for you, isn't it? Dedication, 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 that's what you need. If you want to be the best, and if you want to feel abreast, medication's what you need. If you want to be a record breaker. Anyway, yes, enough of that. Get well soon, mate, says Alan. Thank you, I'll try. Boats, says Cheeseburger. Great to see you. Is this COVID? Oh, God knows. God knows. I'm obviously just old and decrepit. So, you know, some silly little virus has managed to put me on my arse. Ridiculous. It caught me on a day off. That's the problem. I used to get this when I was in my very early 20s, when I was running a chain of pubs, before I moved over to the car dealership. I used to work insane hours then, and I used to have a day off about every 3 or 4 weeks, and I was always ill on my day off. And I suddenly realised that you've kind of got this thing that you work, you ignore it if you're feeling a bit pants, and then you suddenly have a day off, and you tell your body that you can relax, and all of the little illnesses that you've been ignoring, they all just clobber you all at once. And I think that's what's happened this time, because I've been putting the hours in, what with one thing and another. Okay. I've not exactly been working down a coal mine, but I've been doing all the restaurant stuff, and I've been really trying to push the videos and play about with cars and all of that sort of thing. And I think I was probably just a bit tired and run down anyway, and that's why it's kind of clobbered me a bit more. It's kind of forced me to have a bit of a rest, but ironically, I think I'll actually feel better for it once the actual illness bit has passed. So, oh, have people been doing things? What's happened? Oh, hello, Mike's here. Classic Wheels Wales. Oh, bless you. Thank you, Mike. Mike's one of the lovely people who've been texting me to make sure I'm not actually dead. And bless him. I felt guilty telling Mike that that I've been a bit poorly, because God knows, with what he's been through of late, I've got absolutely nothing to talk about. I should just sit down and shut up. But hey ho. But I have missed you, my darlings. I really have missed you. Now then, Ross says, hi Boaty, clearly you had far too much fanny last week. Do you know, somebody said, who was it? One of you, must have been in the Facebook group, said that, or in a comment on a video possibly, that that I've not been ill at all. Chinese madam came back and has been ruthlessly pottering me morning, noon and night. And that's why I've not been able to do anything with the channel. And it occurred to me, my God, what if we were still together and I was poorly like that? I'd be a sitting duck, wouldn't I? You know, in bed 22 hours a day. I would just be an easy target and I would never have survived this illness, because there's no way that I could be spending 22 hours in bed and she would just leave me alone to. So we must be grateful for small mercies. This is why it's important to be single as you get a little bit older. I mean, not totally single, but you know, certainly not having one living in full time, because you wouldn't survive an illness, not if they were keen on that kind of doings anyway. Oh, and Mike says, evening Jasons and humans, get to bed for fuck's sake. I've barely been out of bed this week, Mike. Honest to God, all I've done is bed and bloody work. And bed's been enough. I wouldn't mind bed if I was sleeping, but I needed to be in bed. I desperately needed to rest. But I wasn't getting any sleep, and the aching and whatnot was so bad, it was keeping me bloody awake. But what I have done, because I've had all of these sleepless nights and just hours of not being able to or wanting to do anything, haven't I been around YouTube, and haven't I come up with some new channels for me to get obsessed by, or first one, welcome, or interested by. And I'll be talking about some of those in times to come. Cheeseburger says, I hope you haven't bought another freestyle. Too much fanny. No, Cheeseburger, this one is a cool blue limited edition. So it's in silver with a blue hood and blue Alcantara accented interior and all of... Oh, you'll see it soon enough anyway. It's come from the same place as Fanny. I told you there were going to be more coming. Of course. And about time you started talking about Fanny, says Steve. Well, on the subject of Fanny, of course, being ill this week means I've not got Fanny up for sale, which I intended to, but now I think some of you think that that I'm buying these cars and they're going to add to mine or replace some of mine. It's not like that. Now, the Mighty Derrick is a different thing. Now, obviously, Brian is my Arthur Daly, and Brian is off the road pending an MOT, courtesy of Mustard, although I'm going to have to lash out for an exhaust, I think. Well, I don't think, I'm certainly going to have to get a bad box from what Mustard's, a back box. Did I say bad box then? That's a Freudian slip. So admittedly, I'm using the Mighty Derrick, and admittedly, as many of you have pointed out, now that I'm so dizzy. Now that wine will help with that, won't it? Oh yeah, super sensible. I haven't eaten today either. I made noodles for lunch, and you know, the nicest noodles that I made. They look lovely. Had to throw them away. Just no appetite. I've had I had a slice of toast this morning, and I've had about 2 mouthfuls of noodles, and that's all I've eaten today. And I couldn't face anything they tried to throw at me at work, and I mean, you know, good for the old waistline, if nothing else. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so, and yeah, admittedly with the mighty Derek being such a money saver, then I might try and wangle things so that he stays with me. But the other cars, like Fanny, they are very, very strictly to be moved on as quickly as possible. The idea is that between Mustard, myself and the banker, we want to have a supply of cars from trusted sources that we have checked, that we know, and we're just going to have them available at very, very sensible money. Available for, you know, members of the community or people that we attract into the community, or you know, that kind of thing. So they're not in any way, shape or form keepers, and I must emphasize they're not bought with my money, so I couldn't keep them even if I wanted to. They're cars that will be coming either from subscribers or friends, or from a trusted trade source that we can move along to a really good new home at a really good new price. And, you know, obviously earn a little drink ourselves in the process. And of course, Fanny is supposed to be going up for sale. And Fanny's going to be an amazing car for somebody. She's the perfect example of exactly what we're trying to do. So, a reminder for those who don't know, Fanny is a 2003 MGF Freestyle. Now, Freestyle is rare. They only released, oh God, I can't remember the exact number, something like 500, 600 of them. And they were the last of the line of the F, with a load of options on to try and get rid of them before TF came in Feb 22. Now, Fanny is in anthracite, which makes her one of 120 freestyles were produced in anthracite. However, being a very late registered 2003 anthracite freestyle, right, that makes her unique. And on top of that, so she's a freestyle, she's got she's in the best color, she's got the full freestyle spec, so full black leather, full leather kit throughout the cockpit, and then on top of all of that, she's got gas struts. What other upgrades? She's got windbreak. I haven't been in it for a week now, have I? Or 5 days. I'm trying to remember what other amazing specs she's got. I think she's been remapped. She's got sports exhaust, all of that sort of thing. And then on top of that, she's been fully professionally done, subframes removed, welding done, rust, any areas of rust attended to, paint as and where needed. She's looking amazing, drives fabulously, full MOT naturally. So what an amazing car for somebody. And I will be putting her up for sale for, I haven't told you the price before, have I? I'll tell you the price now. Now, Mustard still hasn't seen her. And I haven't decided yet what the official asking price will be. But I can tell you what will buy her between you and me. And that's 2,200 quid. Now, you go out and find a better car than that for 2,200. That's going to be a stunning car for somebody. Really, really stunning car. As I think will this next one. Although there's a little bit more to that story, but I'll tell you. I can tell you about that in a while. Need to catch up on some comments, don't I? Load of shite probably, says Mike. Has it got any floor pans left? What, you're talking about the new one, the TF? Yeah, absolutely solid, Mike. Absolutely solid. Checked, professionally checked. MOT'd, solid, not a problem. Well, you know, as solid as these things ever are. If it had needed anything doing, then it would have been done. Didn't need it. There you go. Now, this is a good question, Cheeseburger. This is a very good question. Cheeseburger asked, what are you calling the new one? And that is a good question. I was thinking about that tonight. And I don't know. I don't know yet. The only thing that popped into my mind was Betty Blue or Blue Betty. I don't know why, but haven't decided yet. Haven't decided. Probably need to actually get my bum into it first and see what kind of name it feels like. But I'm sure you'll have some ideas. Sounds like a good car, Boaty, says Simone. There's one little gremlin that will need sorting on it. But yeah, it is a good car. And again, quite a rare car. It's got thousands of pounds of upgrades and accessories on it. It's just got one little gremlin that needs sorting, and which will be sorted, obviously. And again, it'll be an absolutely belting car for somebody. Hope you're feeling better, Boaty. Oh, that's kind of you. Thank you, Black Lines. Don't call the new TF cock, for fuck's sake. Oh dear. Sod off, Mike. He's calling it RAC. Well, actually, sod off twice. You can sod off once because it won't need the RAC. Well, actually, it won't. It won't. Although the first drive home might be a little bit interesting. But you can sod off on the second round because the RAC is shit. I'm an AA man, through and through. Mike, you're a bugger. And one of the things that I was thinking about while I've been poorly, you know what it's like when you're laid up and you're feeling like shit and you can't do anything, and you think of all the things that you want to do, and you tell yourself, I will do these things. And then when you get better, life just carries on as normal and you forget to do it. I've been better this year than before. I've started getting out and doing the Land Rover lunch thing, and I'm going to do the other things as well. And on the list is going down to see Mike. I'm going to go. I can't do the overnight thing. I've worked that much out. It's just never going to work. Getting away for an overnight is. I'm a bit like mustard. I need to be at home for various reasons. But one of these Mondays, and could be very, very soon, won't be next week, could be as soon as the week after, I'm going to have a Meta Monday, and I'm going to drive down to South Wales, down the proper route. I'm not going down the bloody M5 and M4. No. M5, M50, heads to the valleys. I'm going to have a drive, and then I'm going to jink off and go through the beacons, up on our family hill, the Penhu, drop down through Hailseni, and into Astrovector, Ponnesvechen, into the village, have a look at my old cottage, see if that's still standing or if it's finally been knocked down and they've put a new house up there. And I'm going to take you with me, obviously, you know that. And then I'm going to go and see Mike. I'm going to carry on to Newport or Cardiff or whether he's at home or work. And we're not going to be able to have the full night out because I'm going to drive home, but I'm going to drag the bugger out or invade his home or something. I'm going to see him anyway, and drag him into do a live with him, and have a bloody good laugh because he's just the nicest guy in the world. And then I'll drive home the other way. We'll go over to Severn Bridge so I can do a Boaty's Bridges, and then a nice long whiz up the M5, stop at that nice services that are more like a farm shop than a services, and that's going to be a mega Monday. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it this month, right? That is my pledge. Procrastination, thief of time. The year's rolling away with us, darlings. We're in June already. June. That is the 6th month. Halfway there. I saw an advert for Christmas today on Facebook. For fuck's sake. And we're only 3 weeks away now from the summer solstice. And you know, from June the 21st, it's downhill all the way. It's Christmas before you know it. We're all freezing bloody cold again. We can't afford the sodding heating, and it's all going to be miserable. So I'm going to be making the most of this. So yeah, this month that is going to happen, and within the next 6 weeks, I'm also going to have a Monday where I go to Llandudno. Didn't get there last year. Haven't been since I went almost exactly this time of year with Chinese Madam, and managed to burn, oh God, made the biggest mistake of my life. Went on bank holiday and I was driving C-Max, a really nice C-Max, and trying to drive up the Great Orme, and some idiot in a camper got stuck. And it turned out my clutch wasn't the best and ended up burning the bloody clutch out, trying to edge our way up the Great Orme with a stupid electronic parking brake that didn't work properly. So that was a disaster, but this time I'm going to do it properly. Not sure which car I'm going to go in. Possibly Wetleg, possibly Stigbürt, if Stigbürt is fixed. Or very possibly Shison. Shison was kind of my first choice for the trip. And I'm going to drive up to the top of the Great Orme. I'm going to park at the Great Orme. Normally you'd park in the town and go up the Great Orme on the cable cars or on the tram or walking or whatever. I'm going to do it the other way around to avoid the queues. I'm going to get there. I'm going to drive to the top of the Great Orme, park up on the car park on the top, and then I'm going to get the tram from the top down into town, have a wander around, have some lunch, because there are no queues. The queue in the town to get the tram up is like an hour long, but there won't be a queue at the top. So just get down, have a lunch in town, have a wander on the beach, have a look around, blah blah blah, and then get a late tram back up to the top when again there won't be a queue late on. Get one of the later ones, and then just probably have a nice relaxed drive home, and probably a couple of stop-offs along the coast road. Definitely a stop at Talica, because I adore Talica, and again haven't been haven't been for a while, and I'd love to show you guys Talica in case you've never been before. So yeah, that's also going to happen very soon. Back to the comments. Oh, Liz is here, Typhoon Cat. Oh, so you're alive and kicking then. Good one. Yep, just about. Sounds like you've got COVID, mate, says Rob. Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I mean, I had COVID very, very early on. The big boss spent some time in, came back from Nepal via China, and we didn't know it at the time, but he brought COVID back with him. But this was before it was officially COVID. We didn't know what it was, and we didn't know we were possibly supposed to die from it. So we just went through the kitchen, and we were all really ill. And I took it home, and I was living with Boo and Little Miss at in Matlock Bath then, and we all got it. But we didn't know any better. We just carried on going to work. We all did. Little Miss went to school. Boo went to work because we didn't know what it was. It was only afterwards we figured it was COVID. And then I've had long COVID on and off since. So whether this is COVID or not, I honestly don't know. I suppose it could be. Does it really matter now? You know, it's just a virus that has kicked my ass really badly for one day, and then a more minor kicking over another couple of days, and you know, I'll plough on. I will plough on. Cheeseburger says, mate, I think he has a fanny bag. I had COVID last year, says Black Liners, and hope I don't get it again. I hate being ill, although granted, no one's a fan. Sounds good to me. What about the drugs? Fanny packs are awesome. Or bum bags, as we oldies call them. Bum bags are what the English call them. Fanny packs is an American thing. Had COVID twice, says Ollie Owls. Oh, my mate Steve. Not much fun. Hope you feel 100% soon. Oh, I'm sure I will. I keep getting a bloated stomach. Slim-ish in the morning, and like Big Daddy in the evening. Seems to be acid related when I've not eaten for a while. I hate getting older. We all hate getting older, but it's better than the alternative, isn't it? That's the thing. I thought you had a stroke putting the wheel trims on, says Stigbürt. I've only put one on. I only got round to putting one on. And then I got a severe case of I can't be asked to do the rest. I'll do them tomorrow. Oh, sorry. I put one on to see how it looked. And it is a big improvement, no question. Derek's new wheel trims, says Joe, look amazing. Can't wait to see them on him. Also, what an incredible seller to give you a free drill bit. Well, yeah, indeed. Now, fair play to the seller. Oh, bit of a Stigbürt update. The Stigbürt update is, there is no update. I had to chase it up today. Now, as you know, as I think you know, I followed a lot of people's advice and got in touch with Force Tuning, Tom Force, who I think is Rob's best friend now. Yeah, he said he had the bits sorted, ready to go, and then there was a delay because he was doing more important stuff. Specifically, bloody hell, I've seen the video now. No wonder he ditched me for Mr. B&B, because Mr. B&B apparently spent the national debt of South Korea with Mr. Force. Bloody hellfire. I thought he'd just nipped in to have something done. He had the bloody, he had the belts done, a new exhaust fitted, a rolling road tune thing, a remap. Bloody hell, he's throwing money at that 190 like there's no tomorrow. So no wonder I got ditched. But that was on the, whenever it was. And then I rang Tom back. And he said, yep, no problem, sort that. Took the took my details, took the delivery address, and I paid for the parts. And he said, yeah, I'll get them off, get them couriered over. And that was like coming up 2 weeks ago now. And I've heard nothing from the garage, and obviously I've been ill. So I popped down to the garage today and said, just seeing how you're getting on and making sure that the parts are the right ones. And they said, what parts? I said, have the parts not been delivered? And they said, no, have you got them? I said, no, they're coming direct to you. Well, we haven't seen them. So, oh Christ. So I chased him, came back home, rang Tom, and he hadn't sent them. That's why they haven't been there. He hadn't sent them. So yeah, so I paid coming up 2 weeks ago, and not actually been sent yet. So that is the update on Stigbürt. There is no update. The parts have been theoretically sourced and they've been paid for, but they are yet to be actually sent and delivered. So poor old Stigbürt is still sitting there unloved. But, oh yeah, talking about the seller of the wheel trims, fair play to him. Now, he sent me a message as soon as I won the auction saying, look, really sorry, can't post them, I'm away from home for a week. And I think I told you guys, didn't I? And I said, oh, don't worry, can't be helped. Just let me know when you're back and ready to post them and I'll pay. I didn't want to pay straight away and just have the money sitting there dead for a week. And sure enough, he messaged me when he got back and said they're packaged up, ready to send. I pinged the money straight over and he sent them. Now, bear in mind, these went for the opening bid on eBay. The postage was very reasonable. Turned out there were 5 wheel trims when I assumed there were 4. But he packaged them. You might have seen the video today. He packaged them so well, bless him. And in case I didn't know, he sent me another message telling me exactly how to fit them carefully, so that you don't snap any of the lugs off, which is very easily done because they're a very tight and secure fit. So I thought that was brilliant. I mean, that's an enthusiast selling to another enthusiast, albeit via eBay. Really going the extra mile. So I must make the effort to give him some spectacular feedback because, yeah, I thought that was great. People ask big money for those wheel trims. And I got a set of 5 for 20 quid plus a £5 postage. And you can bet the postage would have been more than a £5. And he had to find a box to pack them in. And he wrapped them all individually in an old curtain of all things, but you know, do a great job of protecting them. So yeah, that was one of those online buys that turns out to be really good and leaves you with a good taste in your mouth, sort of thing. Hi Boaty, welcome back, says Huey Quinn. Thank you, Jimmy. Have missed you, mate, and everybody else. I'm not reading that. Such a shame, says Trace. All that prime freestyle fanning in the pits, but too poorly to furdle. Yeah, exactly. The poor cow must be wondering what she's done wrong. She sat there. God, well, not a thing has happened since well, Sunday or whenever I last did a bit of video or something. If I'm feeling up to it tomorrow, then I thought I should probably do a sort of walk around and fleet update type thing. Get everybody up to speed with what's going on, where everything is. So yeah, if I feel up to it, I'll do something like that. Salutations one and all, says Trace. Oh bloody hell. Hi Boaty, welcome back. Kathmandu Kitchen. Gopi, is that you, Gopi? My God. Ram. No, it's Ram, isn't it? It's Ram. Ram. Bloody hell. That's unexpected. I wasn't expecting you to tune in, Ram. How are you, mate? Matt says, you could have streamed the live still. Most of us ignore you and chat to each other. Sorry, love you. Oh, dear. Oh, Jimmy Quinn has renewed his channel membership. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you very much. And as has Mike Classic Wheels Wales. 2 renewed channel memberships. Wonderful. What a happy night. Thank you both very much. Yet again, YouTube not telling me, says Trace, despite me literally farting about on here for the past 2 hours. Welcome back, Boaty. It wasn't YouTube's fault, Trace. It was mine. I wasn't planning to do this. I got in at about 3 minutes to 11. It's been ages since I've seen you. I'm probably not going to eat tonight, or I might just have a little bit of beans on toast or something. I can't face any normal food. And I just, I want to be with you guys, even if it's just for 20 minutes. So I thought, sod it and just set it up. I didn't expect anybody to come along because nobody was expecting it, but a load of you have, and I'm delighted. And I feel much better for having done this. So thank you. And this, and the super chat I mentioned earlier from Mike, bless you, thank you. Missed you all, says Trace, except Jimmy. He's been playing on my live streams, has he indeed? I couldn't get in touch, says Cheeseburger. I don't do Facebook. Right. Yeah, okay. Okay. If you need to speak to me about anything, you can just text me. I have a portable electric telephone. I can do texting. If you haven't got my number, I'll give it you, or somebody else will have it. Everybody seems to have my number. I'm such a tart. Oh, Cheeseburger says the Chinese Madam comment was mine. Yeah, I should have known, Cheeseburger. It had you written all over it. I wouldn't mind being that kind of easy target, says Nigel Fleck. Evening, Nigel. Yeah, everybody says that until it actually happens to them. It's like the old thing about every bloke dreams of being with an nymphomaniac until they're actually with one. And Chinese Madam wasn't. She was just jolly keen, but Boo actually was medically an nymphomaniac, and it might be every man's dream, but it soon becomes a man's nightmare. You know, unless you're 19 years old and just all throbbing testosterone, which I'm not. Not anymore. Used to be. 24 hours in bed, says Cheeseburger. Did you have Debbie Does Dallas on repeat? Have you got a lift, says Matt? Oh, for the car? No, sir. But it depends when it happens. It's all been a bit, this kind of, oh dear, that was uncalled for. Gosh, do apologise. Came out of nowhere. You see, that's the problem with not eating. Your body just becomes all wind and water. So I've been okay. I've had a glass of wine tonight, but I've been so dehydrated this week that I've been getting a lot of. I haven't even been able to face coffee. Weird as it sounds, I've been drinking just water and Vimto. And a lot of it. I've had water by the side of the bed because I've thrown some massive temperatures this week. Massive temperatures. That's why I had the slipping in and out of consciousness thing, because I was spiking an enormous temp. And then the temp kind of broke a bit, and I got all of the sweats and whatnot. And my digestive system kind of went to pot as well. So I've been very careful to hydrate, but I've not really been eating. So I just wind and water is all I have. You know, a supposedly relatively smart sentient being has just become this shambling, obscene wreck of a human that just manages to hobble from bed to the bathroom to leak a load of water and just fart aimlessly, hopelessly, uncontrollably and generally oh God. Oh dear God. It's a good job you can laugh, because you I mean, you know, dignity is not a thing. If you'd have seen, I mean, somebody told me tonight at work that that I looked like I was 80 years old, and at times this month I caught myself on Monday night or Tuesday night, or quite possibly both, and I'm aching so badly, and I'm dehydrated, but I've also had loads of, and I'm trying to shamble my way through, and I'm dizzy and disoriented, and I'm trying to shamble my way into the bathroom, and I mean, it's horrendous. I mean, thank God nobody saw it. Oh, dreadful. Dreadful, dreadful, dreadful. You know, you have to learn to abandon dignity as you get older, don't you? I must have looked like a proper old codger, you know, with a pair of 2-day-old pants on and a sweaty old t-shirt, and I'm cobbling my way to, desperately trying not to piss myself before I manage to hobble to the bloody bathroom. What a state to be in. Oh God. Hey? Good job we can laugh. Oh yeah, but it's all a bit last minute-y, the TF. It only came up, I got the offer this afternoon. It's coming from Graham, same as Fanny did, and there'll be a lot more cars coming from Graham. He's a top guy. Everybody who knows him thinks the world of him, totally trusts him, as do I. He's just, you'll be seeing a lot more of Graham. We are going to do some video stuff. So yeah, so I'm not sure when the TFT, it probably won't be tomorrow. I'm probably not up to sorting all of that last minute-y stuff, but I'll firm it up tomorrow and probably look to collect on, oh God, there it goes again. Probably look to collect on Monday or Tuesday. So we can chat about that, Matt. I might have to bribe you again. Well, I didn't bribe you last time. I didn't give you any sort of a benefit, did I? This time, if we do it together, then I will make it worth your while, sir. I did appreciate the last time. Oh dear. Oh, Ross is off to work, or was off to work when he typed that. Fanny's looking good, says Steve. Cheeseburger says Boaty hadn't been in Fanny for a week. He must be bad. Yeah, bloody yeah, exactly. Is the next car called Willy? Oh, it doesn't look like a Willy. It doesn't look like a Willy. We'll talk about this. We'll name the next one together. I won't just foist it on you like I did Fanny. This next one, if and when it happens, and it will be when I'm gonna ping Graham first thing in the morning and say, yeah, we'll do it. I couldn't give him an immediate yes or no because this isn't just my thing. I'm in it with Mustard and the banker, and so I had to okay it with them, and they said, yeah, we're up for this one this evening. I'll give Graham the nod in the morning to say that, yeah, we'll have it, and then I'll sort out the collection whenever. Simone says, I spent this morning fitting a garage defender, then helped a friend with his garden. A productive day tomorrow will be a day working on the Cortina. Excellent. Oh, Jimmy Quinn has sent a super chat. Thank you so much. That's oh gosh, that's very gratefully received, is that? Thank you, Jimmy, much appreciated. That will go into the Stigbürt pot. Oh, was there another bit of Stigbürt news? There's a guy breaking a 190 in the same colour as Stigbürt, and it's got the right interior. And I messaged him to ask about the driver's seat, and he said quite understandably that the interior, the seats, will be sold all together, not just split. But he's a way away from me. He's down in Aylesbury. But the interior's the right colour. It's the Monaco blue. But it's 150 quid and I only need the driver's seat. And the driver's seat is quite badly worn on the bolster. In worse condition than Stigbürt's, because Stigbürt is a low mileage car, and the seat is accordingly quite decent, apart from the fact that it's now been split open by the bloody airbag. So effectively I'd be paying 150 quid for a less good seat, and I'm not going to do that. I'd rather just find a codge to get the airbag light off and get Stigbürt seats stitched up, and maybe at some point in the future, if one came up, put a full leather interior in there. But I mean, the main thing is to just get him mechanically back on the road. And I can't really be annoyed or frustrated by the fact that the parts are a while in coming, because I let him sit on the road for however long it was, a month, 2 months. So I can't really complain that the parts haven't been sent for a couple of weeks. But Tom did say that he'd try and get them off today, which means that they would arrive tomorrow, which means that the boys will probably get him done at some point early, mid-part next week. So in theory, Stigbürt could actually be back on the road and driving next week, which would be rather wonderful. And we'll just have to cross our fingers and touch wood that that I've actually got the money to pay for the labour charges. I've paid for the parts. That's done. But anyway, there we are. Oh, we're talking about Fanny. 2-2 is quite a steal, says Black Lines. Yeah, I think so. I think somebody's going to be getting an absolute bargain at that. When I advertise her properly, or when we advertise her properly, she might well go up for more. But that will just be to keep the bargain basement boys away. I think 22, she's going to be a great car for somebody. I genuinely, I keep a very close eye on the Fs and TFs that are out there now. I've become really quite obsessed by them, and I would genuinely say that I don't think that there is a better car out there for 2,200 quid than Fanny. I think that she is the best car available for that money. There's the only car similar to her in the same colour and whatnot on eBay is $5.5 grand from a dealer. Okay, it's lower mileage, but it hasn't got the surety of the recent restorative work that's been done on Fanny. So I think 2,200 quid is going to be an absolute bargain for somebody. But there you go. That's the idea of what we're trying to do. And yeah, you can get cheaper cars, much cheaper cars, Wetleg for example. But and if I would suggest, having driven, well, I own Wetleg, and obviously I drive her all the time. If you can afford it, pay a little bit more, because if you buy, I'm going to do some videos on this. I'm going to be doing videos on why you should own a modern classic, and then other videos on why a particular modern classic might be a good thing. And I think that an MGF at the moment is just the most fun for your money and the best value modern classic that's out there on the market. And if you buy a cheap one, if you buy one for somewhere around the grand mark, and they are available at that, you know, with an MOT, but you're going to be looking at spending at least the same again, probably double, in the first 6 to 12 months of ownership. If you've got the initial money, then spend a little bit more. Fanny is a belter. You could spend 2,200 quid on Fanny, and you can't guarantee anything, but touch wood, you wouldn't be looking at any major expense for about 5 years. And 5 years is a long time in modern classic ownership. And in 5 or 6 years' time, you would probably be looking at replacing the subframes for new and fully galvanized ones, and that's going to be like an 800 quid job, something like that. But that's 5 years down the line, and you know, you've got an appreciating asset, so that kind of outlay at that kind of point isn't going to be a problem, and it might last longer, who knows. And in the meantime, you will have a car that I guarantee you is sensational to drive. Absolutely sensational. Gosh, time's running away, isn't it? And I need to get some sleepy woos. Let's whiz through the comments and one of my scratch cards has more chance of being a winner than Boaty has of finishing the comments tonight, says Matt. Am I all behind again? Call it Luke. Cool Hand Luke. Oh, not bad. Not bad. Lou Blue says, call it AA, Auntie Annie. Oh, that's not, I quite like that cheeseburger. I quite like that. A blue roof is like a blue rinse. Perhaps it should have an old lady name, suggests Matt. Rob says, call it Clunge. Don't tempt me, Rob. Mrs. Doubtfire, because you doubt it'll fire up. I don't doubt that in the least. Oh, God. New car name, says Trace. Dennis Hopper stroke Frank, or David Lynch stroke Jeffrey, or Isabella Rossellini, or Dorothy. Oh, God almighty. Gertrude the Blue. Oh, Jesus Christ. Phyllis from Coronation Street. I like that. Oh dear. Just whizzing through, just whizzing through. Diddle-doo-doo. Trey says, I had what I reckon was COVID early doors, lasted almost 3 months, was so ill and thought I had cancer. But then it turned out everyone else was getting it and then we were in lockdown. I thought I'd finally got COVID last year, says Matt, but my temperature was too high, so I suppose that's a relief. Oh, okay. I officially had COVID last year, says Trace. Tested positive and felt just the same as the first time, my poor lungs. Oh, bless you. And then Trace says, just a reminder to lovingly caress that saucy like button. Apparently, something went on in a Hubnut live stream while I was AWOL with being poorly. And I think some of you guys infiltrated it. And I'm told by Simon that Hubnut accused me of being there under a false name. But I've not managed to check that out, so I wasn't there under a false name, but I need to catch up with all of that. I don't have bloating, says Cheeseburger, I'm just fat. Me too. Matt says there's a possibility of a Project Nigel meetup at PNHQ a week on Sunday, June the 11th. Oh, jolly good. Joe says, make sure to leave him good feedback for the seller of the wheel trims. He deserves that. Proper sound guy. I totally agree. Cheeseburger says, the packaging of the trims was great. I bought a chrome plastic trim for the daughter's Fiat 500 off Fleabay. Badly packaged and broken lugs. eBay seller won't respond. Only 30 quid, but not the point. No, I totally agree. And I totally agree that that seller went over and above. And I will leave him remarkable feedback. Oh, Cheeseburger might be able to make the PNHQ meet. Wife and daughter are off to Wembley for a concert, so have a free day. A BMW is allowed. Any car is allowed. I can speak for Mustard on that. Yeah, it's not, it's a chums meetup thing. It's not an MG Rover thing. No doubt a lot of people there will have MG Rovers, but turn up in whatever the hell you like. Don't know whether I'll be going, to be honest. I mean, I'd love to, but, oh, it makes it such a hard Sunday for me. Because it's an early start. He always starts early. And it's a really early start for me after a late Saturday. And then no time at home, I go driving straight to work, which makes it a really long day. And then, of course, on Monday, I've got another long day, whether it's back to the Yard of Dreams or going off on one of my own adventures. So I always desperately want to go, but sometimes it just seems like a wee bit too much. But we'll see how it goes. It warms the cockles to know our senior citizens are getting to grips with cutting-edge modern technology. Portable electric telephones. Oh, you sarcastic cow, Trace. Oh, how far behind? Oh, God, it's 20 past midnight. How far behind am I in comments? Okay. Gets me out of the house and easy to get me. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Oh, Pingu Concord. Afterlife Buttocks. The chosen one has risen again. Good to see you again, old chap. It's good to see you too, mate. Thank you. Can't you get Aldridge Trimmers to repair Stigbürt seat? Aldridge Trimmers, is that the one that Liz suggested? I'm sure the trimmer can sort it, but apparently I need to get a new airbag ECU as well, or find a way to stop the airbag code thing coming up. We'll come to that. Oh, a message health review. How exciting. I'm not reading that out. And I'm not reading that one either. Call the car Richard Cramium. Oh, we have mobilised on Hubner. I thought so, Cheeseburger. And oh yeah, and Trey says, oh, there was a thorough infiltrating. I need to catch up on this. I do. Yeah, I do, Trace. I do think that you are you. Are you not? Are you not, Trace? You are. Oh, God. Right, now I'm confused. I am confused, but right, I'm going to leave it at that, darlings. Thank you. It's been wonderful catching up with you all. Thank you all so much for every message and text and video comment and Facebook comment, and thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for giving a shit, basically. It's nice when you're all on your own doing the dying swan, even if it is just man flu or COVID or flu or whatever the bloody hell it is that's been kicking my ass. And it's lovely when there are people about that give a what's it. Oh, and Liz says, yeah, Pete Lenton Auto Trimmers Cheadle. I took a screenshot. I'll do it again. I've got a screenshot of when you said that before, Liz, so I don't forget. And when the mechanical bit is done, then I will. Then yeah, I'll definitely give them a shout. But that is that for tonight, darlings. Thank you so much. Have the best weekend. Hopefully next week all will be back to normal. I'm still feeling so beaten up at the moment, and you know, everything that takes effort is like too much effort. But you know, it'll pass. It'll pass. And you know, hopefully, exciting week ahead. So let's play you out with some nice flatulence, shall we? Oh, I've changed all of this. I've got to find it now. Here we go. Darlings, thank you so much. I'm glad I did this tonight. I feel much better for it, but God knows I'm also ready for bed and some delicious unconsciousness. But have a safe and peaceful night. Take great care of yourselves. Thank you again. Much love to you all, and have a safe and peaceful night. Catch you next time. Bye bye. Oh, for Christ's sake. Ah, there we go.